Thank you. Thank you. Testing. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, good morning, I'm David. I'm a co-founder here at Enable. Welcome back to the hall. This morning I'm excited to share with you how I'm going to solve your biggest challenges. What are those challenges? Well, I'm going to go through in detail what we've heard from each of you, our customers, and our market research on the biggest challenges you're facing in your business today. We're delivering 3 breakthrough capabilities in our product, which we're going to do a deep dive on. We're going to bring the software up on screen. I've got some guests that are going to be joining me up here. And who wants to see some software? Okay. So our product roadmap breaks down into 3 strategies. So the first one, how can I help you achieve bigger and better results in your business? Well, our capability strategy has new B2B deal types. We have integrations with complementary technology solutions. The second strategy is called health, and this one is about making Enable even more user-friendly with faster performance and more to protect your security. How can I help our customers achieve their goals even faster? Well, the third strategy is the platform strategy, and it's about making it easier for our customers and their trading partners to adopt our product, support for more languages, and making it easier to get your data into Enable and out of Enable. And the colorful squares you're seeing on this slide are the different projects we have underway to support each of these 3 strategies. So there's about 200 people with us here today, and I've spoken to hundreds of people that manage B2B deals. We've identified the biggest challenges our customers are facing, and we've put in place a project for each one of these 10 things. Each of these projects has a team of engineers, product managers and designers working continuously on it. And like many technology companies, in parallel with what we're building, we're also evaluating new opportunities with a discovery process. So let's talk about how much effort we're putting into solving your biggest challenges. Well, out of our global headcount of 270 people, we've made a big investment in our product teams. In fact, we've doubled them. So we have about 70 engineers, 10 product managers, and 5 infrastructure experts, all working continuously on these projects on screen. And we're really deliberate about how we're apportioning our effort between each of our projects. And everyone here is on the payroll. We have no outsourced or temporary people. And I believe we're serving a global customer base. So right now, about 2/3 of our product people are in the middle of England, in the UK. We've got about 1/3 in Toronto, and we're just starting to open up in Australia as well. And this increased investment has allowed us to not only do more things in parallel, but we've really been able to increase the momentum with each of these projects. So we ship our major software releases every 6 weeks. And I know some of the customers who have been with us a long time know that this runs like clockwork. And every customer gets a lot of new functionality as part of their existing subscription. And we're now starting to introduce major new capabilities that you can add to your subscription, such as special pricing agreements. And after every software release, you get comprehensive release notes from our team. And our customer success team isn't there just to get you onboarded at the beginning, but they stay with you continuously, helping you adopt new product capabilities and helping you exploit new challenges in your business and get the best possible results. So, today we're going to be talking about just 3 of these projects. So we're focusing on 3 breakthrough capabilities here that will help you solve your biggest challenges. The first is incentivizing behavior with an executive dashboard that condenses all of the key information in your Enable instance into a single, easily digestible summary, and a partner dashboard that helps you incentivize the buying or selling behavior that you need to achieve the goals in your business. Number 2 is promotions, a new deal type for high quantity, high frequency lump sum deals. And finally, special pricing agreements, a new 3-party agreement type where manufacturers help distributors serve end customers. So I'm going to welcome to the stage a special guest, Chelsea, our EMEA Sales Director. Welcome, Chelsea.
Thank you, David.
Nice to have you with us. So, Chelsea, customers tell us that rebates represent more than 100% of their profit. So that really helps us understand just how important those B2B agreements are in their business. And we've had feedback from some of our executives that use Enable that they want to be able to stand back and get an overall summary of performance and buying behavior. So what have we heard from our customers?
Yeah, absolutely. So we asked our customers to share with us the biggest challenges that they're facing in the space. And so these are a couple of the things that they asked us to solve for. First is that they're all too often narrowly missing rebate targets and thresholds that could have easily been hit if they had just known how close they were. Second is that they want to understand where are they missing opportunities for rebates. So answering the question, what are we already buying a lot of that we're not securing rebates on today? Third is bringing to our attention that there is a lot of granular data in Enable, which is great, but can sometimes fly under their radar. Executives don't always have the time that they need to really dig into all of that granular data to understand everything that's happening across the system. And then fourth is that our customers are struggling with managing the renewals of their rebate agreements if they don't conform to a standard financial year. These can be overlooked and oftentimes can actually expire before they have the opportunity to put a replacement in place.
Thank you, Chelsea. So yeah, these are some of the things we heard. And in a nutshell, what does our new executive dashboard do?
Yes, absolutely. So we built an informative executive dashboard that delivers key metrics, figures, and breakdowns. This is going to take all of the really important information in Enable and condense it into an easily digestible summary. So this is going to give your executives a really quick and immediate insight into buying behavior to help them identify where are those big opportunities for rebates. And this will also help you keep an eye on where's the status of those renewing agreements in place.
Okay, I think we might be ready for a demo. I think this might be the first time we've had software on screen all day. This is a software conference, right? So here we go. From the Enable dashboard, we can click into the organizations area here. And then from here, we've got a list of all of the organizations we're trading with, and we can click into our own company to get insights about what's going on across our programs for the whole organization. So here's the grand unveiling, our brand new executive dashboard. So imagine your logo and company name up here at the top. What's going on here then, Chelsea?
Yeah, so this is really optimized for the C-suite, for CEOs, CFOs, definitely heads of procurement. But people in the less senior roles, like rebate managers, can absolutely use this functionality as well, and we think that they will. So instead of having to line by line drill into every single program line to see the performance of your rebates, executives want a view that encompasses the rebate performance in its entirety. And it's also important to notice, or to know, that we can configure this dashboard to make sure that it shows every customer exactly what they want to see to meet their needs as well.
Okay, very cool. Let's scroll the page down a bit here. So on the top left, we've got the opportunities segment. And this tells you what your top program lines are going to offer you in terms of the greatest rebate opportunity.
Yeah, so this provides immediate visibility into how you're managing all of those renewal agreements. And this is another step in truly using rebates as a strategic driver. As Andrew mentioned earlier, we are turning rebates into an engine for growth.
Very good. So in the top right here, we have our trading programs overview. And this gives users a breakdown of their programs by renewal status. And the bottom right segment is also on renewals, and this is the timeline. And it shows you a breakdown of when your programs are going to expire over the coming months. So why are we interested in expiry? What's going on here, Chelsea?
Yeah, absolutely. So if all of your agreements are running on an annual basis and they're aligning with your standard financial year, managing your rebates is actually probably quite easy, but I talk to a lot of customers that have rebates that go on for different durations, or they have agreements that have different starting and end dates at different points in time. So executive users can come in here and really take a look at any point throughout the year for a periodic check-in. Obviously, when you get closer to the end of the year, you're going to want to use that granular data and pay a lot more attention when things are starting to expire and that year-to-date performance is becoming much clearer.
Okay, so everything on this dashboard is fully interactive. So if we were, for example, to hover over this renewals timeline in the bottom right, this is what we'd see.
Yeah, exactly. So you'll notice that when you're hovering over the bar for a specific month in that renewals timeline, it's going to show you exactly how much the total program value that's going to renew that month, as well as how many programs are going to expire. And then you can also drill in from here. You can click in to see that full list.
Okay, so let's imagine we're clicking in, and here's the full list showing the programs that are just due for renewal. And so that's nice and easy. What would people do before this, Chelsea?
Yeah, so customers would have to actually go in and manually extract the rebate earnings and any of the other data from Enable. At that point, then go back into these spreadsheets that we've been talking about all day and build out those reports. So they were sharing information really similar to what we're providing here. On top of that being a manual, time-consuming process, we know that executives often want the information up to date in real time at a moment's notice. So this allows executives to go in when time is of the essence. The information is going to be available 24/7 and always going to be up to date.
Thank you. So that leaves one segment on the dashboard. In the lower left here, we have the compliance segment, and this gives you a breakdown of your rebatable versus non-rebatable transactions. And that's a bit of jargon, but I know the audience here is going to understand what I'm talking about. So what's that all about on the compliance segment, Chelsea?
Yeah, so two important things here. I can see my top non-rebatable products by highest transaction value, and I can also see my top trading partners based on non-rebatable value, which means that this is really helping to answer that question, where am I missing out on rebates? What am I buying a lot of that I'm not securing rebates on today? And so this is going to help executives make strategic decisions, whether that's on the buying or the selling side.
Yeah, that's very cool. And we heard a bit from customers yesterday. What am I buying a lot of that I'm not getting rebate on? That's pretty interesting stuff. So thank you for joining us today, Chelsea. Well done. And what kind of impact does this have on the business leaders and innovators that chose to adopt Enable, some of the people we saw on stage earlier? Well, let's take the example of Jeffrey Moyle, VP of Supplier Strategy at Rexel. Jeffrey can use this to give his executive team immediate clarity on how rebate agreements are benefiting Rexel. And with these insights, Jeffrey is going to be able to use the creativity in his team to design innovative new strategies to unlock further growth for the company. So what have we just seen? Well, I just showed you how we hopefully solved one of your biggest challenges. Our executive dashboard gives you deal performance metrics and breakdowns in an easily digestible format. You can analyze buying and selling behavior to identify the biggest opportunities. And we think this is just another step on your journey to using rebates as a strategic driver and really an engine for growth. So next up, I'd like to welcome to the stage Helene de Koninck, Head of Customer Success at Enable.
Hi.
Welcome, Helene.
Hello.
Hello. So what is Partner Dashboard?
Partner Dashboards allows your customers, suppliers, or buying group members to access our Progress Tracker feature. It helps you drive the specific buying or selling behavior that you want, and therefore improving relationships in your B2B ecosystem by removing friction.
Okay, so Partner Dashboard, let's drill in a bit more. So Helene, what are some of the challenges our customers asked us to solve in this space?
It's not a challenge, but I love our Progress Tracker feature, and I would love it even more if I could share it with my trading partners. Can I give my suppliers advanced visibility of my rebate performance so I can help them forecast accurately? Can I let my customers know how close they are to hitting their rebate targets and incentivize them to buy more and buy earlier? We want to share with our buying group members how they're tracking against both their individual targets and their group targets. Incentivizing members to really play their part in hitting our overall growth objectives. And we just want to share more data, helping us drive growth across our wider ecosystem.
Okay, so we're talking about partners here. This is a bit of enable jargon. Really what we're talking about is your suppliers, we're talking about your customers, and now we're talking about your buying group members if you're a membership organization. So here's our amazing progress tracker feature. So this really brings your deal performance to life. How does this work, Helene?
Well, it allows you to track the progress of your programs. For example, if you have a program with a target band of $1 million in 2022, and suppose you've spent $800,000 already, you might be on track to hit an even better band because you're already, not even halfway through the year. Partner Dashboards allows you to share this with your partners, not just in your internal team, but with your customers, with your suppliers, and with your buying group members. Sharing this data with your partners allows you to create trusted trading relationships.
Okay, and I think you were a mathematician before Enable, weren't you, Helene?
Yes.
So you like the numbers aspect of this. But yeah, building trust by sharing data, that's what it's all about. So here's the panel where you can personalize what you see in your partner dashboard. And many of our customers have thousands of program lines. So when we're drilling in here, which ones should we be focusing on, Helene?
Yeah, it allows you to zoom in on the most important insights. And you can do this by grouping either by the size of the partnership or by the potential opportunity. So you can group it by the total spend per partner, by the total rebate, or you can flip it and you can look at the hottest and biggest opportunities across your program lines. Users can also configure an advanced view based on their own unique requirements.
Okay, so what are we looking at now, Helene?
These are all of the incentive programs. Normally, you would have already shared these as a PDF with your partners in our Collaborator app. Here, you can see the latest progress for every single program. How close is the next band, and how does this compare with the number of days remaining? Each opportunity is scored based on two factors, time and money. Firstly, how urgent is the action required? And secondly, what are the potential earnings relative to the spend required?
Okay, so let's just stay on here and think for a moment. How are we actually going to drive behavior with this partner dashboard?
Yeah, not only does this create transparency for your buying group members or your customers, so they know where they're at, it's also showing actionable, relevant insights, which leads to increased purchasing behavior. So you're either selling more products or you're earning more rebate. It's a slightly different story when you think about giving your suppliers or your vendors this type of visibility. Here, it's about helping them forecast accurately, and you'll find that this type of transparency really helps you build strong trading relationships with more trust. Partner Dashboard is really bringing to life the concept of shared incentive programs with mutually beneficial goals.
Yeah, so a lot of us are passionate about customer relationships, but vendor relationships, they're pretty important too, right? And sharing data, building that trust, that's going to help your overall ecosystem that you're part of. So let's move this on. Now we're looking at the context of a buying group member, and we're viewing progress through their lens. So why would buying group members need this kind of visibility? What's the story there?
Yeah, it helps your buying group member understand where they stand in relation to their deals. As a buying group or as a cooperative, you negotiate deals on behalf of your members, but that's only the beginning. You want to share how they're performing and also how much value you're bringing as the group. This helps to show your members how much benefit there is if they're buying through the group rather than buying directly from their vendors. And providing these immediate, actionable, and relevant insights can really help you stand apart as a buying group. And it puts you in a strong position to retain existing members and also attract new ones.
Yeah, so let's zoom in. So this zoomed in view displays some more in-depth data for specific program lines. So for this kind of stuff, Helene, what would our customers be doing before they had this technology?
Yeah, members or partners would have to request information on an ad hoc basis, or maybe you're very friendly and you run a quarterly or even a monthly report. But you would have to manually assemble this at the head office for each partner, so a lot of work. Now with this type of visibility, your partners get immediate, real-time visibility to what's going on. And not just kind of once, just whenever they want, on demand.
Yeah, well, on that note, I think we're going to let you leave the stage. Thank you, Helene. So Helene and her team, I think, are going to be busy onboarding people onto this new partner dashboard very soon, maybe even this afternoon. So what kind of impact does this have on the business leaders that chose to adopt Enable? Well, let's take the example of Shayna Wan, Vendor Partnerships Manager at United Aqua Group. Shayna is helping her members optimize their buying activity, and with this increased visibility, members are going to be more likely to hit their individual targets, and as a result, United Aqua Group as a whole is going to be more likely to hit their overall group targets. And the organizations you trade with are really going to love this increased visibility. We're providing a better experience for those partners, and that's going to help you build stronger relationships, increasing loyalty and trust with your partners. What's next? Well, let's wrap this up. I showed you how we solved one of your biggest challenges with Partner Dashboards. You can provide real-time visibility of your trading program performance for all of your partners. You can eliminate the delays and overhead involved in providing progress reports to your partners, and you can incentivize the specific buying or selling behavior that you need to unlock more rebates on your purchases, if it's your buying team, or in your customer base, you can incentivize them to buy more, maybe even buy earlier. So, Executive Dashboard and Partner Dashboard are available today. And if you're interested in extending your subscription and getting these great features, please speak with your account executive starting this afternoon. And that concludes the first of our 3 features that we're announcing today. So I'd like to welcome to the stage on this point, Jeff Williams, Product Manager at Enable. Jeff's the brains behind our product designs, so good to have you with us today, Jeff. How's Miami so far?
It's sunny, very good, very good.
Yeah, I agree. So, what's the promotions feature, Jeff? And what do we mean when we say promotions? Because I think this requires a bit of explanation in terms of terminology in different industries.
Absolutely. So promotions is a new deal type. It helps customers manage high quantity, standalone lump sums for marketing events, often as part of a promotional fund. There's different terminology from one industry to another: promotional funds, co-op funds, marketing funds. The common theme is that there's often a high frequency of deals and that they operate outside the constraints of the main annual programs that you have in place with your trading partners.
Yeah, and we took a bit of a vote from some of our customers and say, what is actually the correct terminology? Because we can't list out all of the terms. And one of the other terms was co-op funds. I think that's a very popular phrase, but it does vary from one industry to another. So we asked our customers, tell us the biggest pain you're experiencing in this space. So what did we hear from our customers, Jeff?
Yeah, so they said things like, I have a high volume of marketing deals and promo events to be invoiced to my suppliers that I need to register in Enable, but trading programs, for all its strengths, just isn't really very well equipped for this. They said, I don't want to edit my trading terms to account for these once the terms have been signed off and locked. If you're doing that a lot, that's going to cause some problems. They said, I want it to be as quick and easy as possible to log these deals. That's fair enough. They said, I want to send these deals to suppliers for sign-off independently of our trading terms. And finally, they said, I need to be able to authorize these deals for invoicing separately once marketing or promotional activities have been completed.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Jeff. Let's dive in. So here's the listing view. What are we looking at here, Jeff?
Yeah, so this is the promotions landing page, showing all of your promotions in one place. We've created a new product for these simple but high quantity, high frequency lump sum agreements. We're giving customers a way to record, approve, and invoice these lump sum agreements.
Yeah, so on the enterprise side, customers are telling us that they do hundreds of these types of deal per month, maybe even thousands. So what have we got here?
Yeah, that's right. So our customers need to be able to filter down this list quickly and easily. One innovation that we've introduced is pre-configured views, where, based on our customer research, we've selected the right filters, fields, and sort options for you. And the 5th option here is called Advanced, in case you want to configure all of those things yourself.
Okay, so let's walk through the process of quickly and easily setting up a new promotion. And here's the wizard view.
Yeah, so this is the first step of creating a new promotion. You can search all of your suppliers and specify a single supplier organization for the promotion. Customers could have done this in our trading programs feature, but trading programs is a more complicated two-entity hierarchy. You first have to create a trading program and then a program line, one or more program lines, and both have to be approved together. This process is too complicated for promotions, really, and clutters up the trading programs view if you have 200 plus promotions every month.
Yeah. So here's an example of a successfully created promotion deal where the approval is in draft. What's this?
Yeah, so like all of our software, this is really modern and user-friendly. On the promotion record, we have some entry fields to capture important information about the deal, and it's literally that easy. Creating a promotion is a really quick process. About 30 seconds, we think a promotion can be created in. Even for the most experienced trading program user, that's going to be upwards of 80% quicker. But the important thing here is that it's still auditable with the right approval steps built in.
Yeah, and I think we've got some of our most heavy users in the audience today.
Absolutely,
so,
absolutely.
You can see just how quick and easy this is. So next we're going to look at adding a particular division in your organization into the promotion. So why do you need to do that? What's the point of this?
Yeah, so with this feature, you can split down the net amount of the promotion. You can apportion amounts between geographical divisions in your business based on which parts of your business were contributing to the promotion.
Okay, and this is how you authorize payment.
Yeah, so once a promotion is authorized for payment, it will show up in the Enable cash management area. Promotions can have payments logged against them in the cash area, giving you consistency between these promotions and the other types of deal that you manage in Enable.
Okay, and here's our authorization workflow. So we're listing out the different people that the promotion needs to be approved by.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, this is all fully auditable and very speedy, and that's important given the number of records that you might need to process every month. Customers tell us these promotions can be very low in value, $100, $20, I mean perhaps even lower. And as well as this internal payment approval, if you need to, your promotions can be sent to your suppliers, your trading partners for sign-off as well.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. We're going to let you leave the stage now. Thank you. So what kind of impact does promotions have on the business leaders that choose Enable? Well, let's take the example of Chris Cottington at Wolseley UK, a UK distributor. Chris can now manage his lightweight promotion funds separately to his heavyweight annual trading terms. And as a result, Chris is driving a lot more efficiency and consistency with how different types of B2B deals are managed all on a single platform. So I just showed you how we solved another one of your biggest challenges. You can now create these high quantity, high frequency lump sum deals in Enable. You can authorize and invoice for these deals independently of your annual trading programs, and you can view your reports and payment history for promotions just as you would for any other kind of agreement you manage in Enable. Promotions is available today. If you're interested in extending your subscription to use this feature, please speak to your account executive. So my last guest today is a very special one, and I would like to welcome Charles Pearce from Polypipe to the stage. Great to have you with us, Charles. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So tell us a little bit about Polypipe.
So I'm from Polypipe Building Products. We're a UK manufacturer of plastic building goods. We're part of the Genuit Group. We manufacture and distribute over 20,000 different product lines to plumbers and builders merchants across the UK, ranging from above and below ground drainage systems, rainwater systems, plastic plumbing and underfloor heating.
Thank you very much, Charles. So we've been working on our special pricing agreement solution now for the last year or so, and it's very much building upon the same architectural foundations as trading programs, essentially your annual rebate deals. So those shared foundations make it really easy for a customer to adopt this alongside rebates. And we've had a number of customers partnering with us on the design process, including Charles. And we're working versions of our SBA solution in production today with some of those design partners. So let's dive in, Charles. Let's explain a little bit more about special pricing agreements. I think we might have another terminology problem here. So what do we mean when we say special pricing agreements?
So yes, they go by many different names, special price agreements, contract support, claimbacks, chargebacks. They're basically third-party agreements with an end user rather than through a distributor that allows that distributor to then claim back the difference and maintain a margin via contract support.
Yeah, okay, so different terms, but the same kind of stuff. And what are some of the challenges that organizations face with special pricing agreements? We're talking some pretty big challenges, right?
Yes. So it's obviously a very big thing. Organizations, they tend to have thousands of SPAs or special price agreements every year being set up. So there's a very large volume of things being moved. The variety of customers that are using special price agreements means that the claimbacks and things that are coming in, being fed in via distribution companies to manufacturers, come in all different shapes and sizes. Organizations then want to be able to analyze all that sales data that's going through that third party and be able to analyze trends and market movements that's going through that. And finally, they want to be able to provide partners with sort of clear visibility of all SPAs that have been agreed, so being able to disperse that information back out.
Yeah, thank you, Charles. And you told us this is really tricky. We spoke to other people. Everyone said this is really tricky. So let's take a look at our new special pricing solution. So this shows the special pricing listing where we have the top level pricing agreements that then break down into the separate distributor and customer agreements. And we've made a huge investment to put this technology together. So Charles, how important are SPAs? Because we've heard a lot about how important rebates are, but how important are SPAs to your business today?
SPAs are incredibly important to us in how we trade. As a business, we deal directly and exclusively with merchants through our distribution partners. But the way we like to trade is we also like to generate demand from the end user. So we go out, create SPAs, make deals with contractors and installers that generates demand back up through that. So it's growing business for our merchant partners and growing business for ourselves.
Okay, so with these advanced filtering options, it makes it easy to find a specific SPA across maybe, in your business, 30,000, Charles, perhaps, that you have in place. So when Charles wants to check, or his team, it's not just you, which SPAs they have in place, it's faster than their previous process. So Charles, why is it important to have this sort of scalable, robust platform for SPAs? So currently, like you say, we have 30,000 SPAs listed on a database. We set up roughly 300 new ones every single week. We sell these out into about 4,500 different merchant branches across the UK. We've got dedicated teams of sales guys in our business out creating and generating demand and making these SPAs every single day. But the actual internal side of it is a very small team managing and dispersing out that information. So being able to find and locate SPAs and get them out to the relevant people quickly is a challenge. How small is the small team?
It's about 1 or 2 people actually setting them up.
Okay. So let's move through the process. This shows the entry screen for a distributor support contract. And as you can see, like everything Enable makes, it's really modern and really user-friendly. So let's step through these tabs. Let's look at the Products tab. And this shows the different rates being entered for each distributor. So what makes running this process difficult right now, Charles?
So SPAs are very complex by nature. There's a lot of different information that goes on through different discounts, different margins, different cover, depending on who they're all going through. Managing that volume is incredibly difficult. Like I say, there's only 1 or 2 people actually setting these up each week. And again, the revisions that are made and done mean that the volume being actually transported through the system will be quite large. And then getting that information back into our merchant partners.
Yeah, and you've personally put your stamp on the design, haven't you? You are one of our designers. So what are some of the favorite things we've built into the solution, Charles?
So favorite things that have been built into it. Firstly, we started with the actual versioning problem that we did. So with SPAs going through, they're obviously all the claimbacks are done in arrears, so you need to have a versioning aspect to it to be able to make sure that what is being claimed is done via the correct version of an SPA. the collaboration side of things that we've been working on, so getting that information back out to our merchant partners rather than the channels that we currently operate in, which is a lot of different emails being passed through. This is actually trying to do an automated system to improve it. And then the main improvement, or the main thing that we've obviously all been working on and working towards, is sort of an automated claim input process. So it's able just to upload data and have it calculated rather than wandering through the manual process of everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. And claims are probably one of the trickiest parts of SPAs, right?
Yeah.
So here we're looking at all of the agreements you have in place for one particular distributor, and Enable's model allows for all elements of these complex layers to be represented in one place. So Charles, how important is it to be able to get everything in one place like this for you and your partners?
It's incredibly important to have it all done in one place. So doing SPAs and evaluating SPAs requires lots of different information being pulled together from various different sources. So to have it all handily located in one location means that everything is improved as a process.
Yeah, thank you. So right now we're just looking at a manufacturer and distributor, but I'm going to blow your minds, so get ready. Here we go, 3 organizations. So when we click into the SPA, we get taken to this record, and we can see the 3 organizations involved. So on the left, we have the manufacturer providing product through a distributor, but actually negotiating directly with the end customer, such as maybe a building contractor.
Yes.
Yeah. So on the products tab here, we can step through, and we can see how the rates are carried through and actually pre-populated, but some have been overridden. So the black ones on this view have actually been overridden at this level. So just think about the complexity of this, the hierarchy of data, rates being entered at different levels, things being changed, and these things trickling down through the hierarchy. So that sounds hard to do in Excel. I'm not the best Excel user in the world, but how do you do that right now, Charles?
Yeah, it is just a very, very long list of lines of data, all stored in an Excel format. It's a very big manual process. So to be able to have it all up on a system like this certainly makes everything a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, are we talking one spreadsheet or several?
One big central spreadsheet for all our SPA.
Do you use macros?
Yes.
Macros worry me, so I disable those. So another way we speed up the process is by keeping all of your notes and documents all in one place. So you can upload as many documents as you like against the record, and there's often supporting documentation, right? So why is cleaning this all up and getting it into a single system actually important? How does this translate to Polypipe?
Well, I think like everybody else, or every other business here, I'm sure we just want to improve our internal processes. Being able to speed up the way we do things will make our lives easier, make our customers' lives better. So yeah, it's a very high on our priority list to be able to do this, plus automating a lot of things, improving all that side of stuff to be done electronically via this method, then frees up the people, the staff that we've got internally, so it frees up that resource to be able to do slightly more value-added tasks.
Yeah. Okay, so here we see the preview of the PDF document that the application automatically generates for you. There we go. So with Enable, we give visibility of this documentation to your partners with our collaboration feature, and we allow on-platform claim submissions in varying formats to allow us to automate the whole process. So Charles, how important is it to get that collaboration aspect going with your partners on this?
It's very important to get the collaboration bit done, because as I say, there's a lot of time spent handling, moving, transferring requests into actions, and then back out into our customer base. So the collaborator piece will allow us to just improve and speed up that process. The speed, the precision of it then means that they have greater access to the information, which means that when they're submitting claims, there'll be better information in, better information out. There'll be less reason to reject anything or query any lines, and we can just move it all forward in a slightly more process-driven way.
Okay, so last screen, we've got the earnings report. Here we go. So we're looking at the reported earnings for special pricing agreements. So what kind of strategic benefits do you see to actually getting the same kind of granular data for SPAs that you might have had for rebates? How does this translate?
Well, I suppose it goes back to the beginning of our journey with Enable. When we started this, obviously we wanted the deal track, the rebate element putting in for Polypipe, but because all of our rebates hinge on contract support claims and SPA processes and everything, that's sort of how we've ended up going down this route, developing this and realizing all the opportunities we can find to make it a much better and user-friendly program. It's given us two major advantages that we've seen. The internal one being that now we'll have every bit of information stored in one central place. Because of the way we operate in selling to a merchant, then selling on to a contractor, occasionally there's also a developer, house builder in there as well. You could be selling one length of pipe across 3 different deals. So trying to analyze the profitability of that is a major challenge, and doing that all offline via spreadsheets is obviously a long and laborious piece of work. So getting that internal piece done means we're able to react faster, we're able to make the decision quicker, and we're able to disperse that back out to our customers. We're also able to now start looking more at spend via these end users, which is information that we always found quite difficult to get to. So being able to analyse that as a market trend, being able to analyse that as to who our good installers, contractors are, and who our installers and contractors that have perhaps moved away from us are, those we can then re-engage with, the others we can encourage and continue to grow with. So that's the internal side of that, but then all of that then translates out into our external piece, which is how we deal with our merchant partners, which is if we can analyse which are good contractors who are growing, we then know who to work with our merchant partners. The bad ones, again, it's conversations being passed through. So then everybody wins and we can grow our businesses together.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for partnering on this project, Charles, and also for speaking to us today. Round of applause for Charles Pearce. So what kind of impact does our SPA solution have on business leaders that chose Enable? Well, I could have featured Charles again, but he's had enough limelight for one day. So let's take a look at Colleen from Stemco. So our solution is giving Stemco visibility of SPAs that might have been created unnecessarily. And for Colleen, she's now using Enable to improve her SPA strategy, unlocking new business opportunities and more profit. So I just showed you the final one of the 3 challenges that we've solved. You can efficiently represent different flavors of complex special pricing agreements in Enable. You'll have a shared repository to collaborate with your trading partners, and you can automate your SPA claim calculations, unlocking new insights from that granular data and helping you get the most out of the agreements that you have in place. So special pricing agreements is also available today, and if you're interested in extending your subscription, then please speak to your account executive. So today we've shown you 3 breakthrough features in the Enable product to solve your biggest challenges. Number 1, incentivizing behavior with an executive dashboard that condenses all of the key information in your solution into one easily digestible summary, and partner dashboard that helps you incentivize the buying and selling behaviors that you need to achieve your goals. Promotions, a new deal type for managing high-frequency lump sum deals, and special pricing agreements, a new 3-party agreement type where manufacturers help distributors serve end customers. And your account executive is ready to talk to you today about extending your subscription so you can benefit from each of these amazing new features. And I'd like to wrap up by thanking all of you, our customers, for your feedback. Your feedback really helps us make the product better for everyone. And please keep telling us what your biggest challenges are in your business and what we can do better in Enable. Thank you very much.